Ahoy everybody. It is the 24th of April 2022. It's a nice morning. In a bit of a scramble because the weather forecast, the wind forecast changed a bit. It was supposed to be southerly this morning, then becoming more south, more west-southwest this afternoon, but they've changed that. And now we got these westerly winds this morning, which are supposed to back south to southwest this afternoon. The reason that's creating a scramble for me is that it's basically south to southeasterly course out to the end of Cape Lookout Shoals, where we can round and then come on our course toward Hatteras, toward Diamond Shoals. However, that's a little over 13 miles. So if the wind comes southerly on us, that means we're going to have to beat our way all the way out. That could take quite some time. That could easily be 5-6 hours. So hopefully, if we get going soon here, and right now we got these westerly winds, so that's a beam reach out. So hopefully then we can get out there in about 2 or 3 hours. Well, 3 hours. And the reason we're on kind of a time crunch here is I want to make it into the bay. It looks like Tuesday night is when this next cold front comes through. So basically we're on the clock to try to make it into the bay before Tuesday night. This is a run of a little over 200 miles. So if we go to Pocosin, it's like 220 miles. This is Sunday morning. So if we can do 100 miles a day, we should be in by Tuesday around noon or so. As long as the wind, there's some spots there on the weather maps, the wind is going to lull, so that could slow us down. So it's a bit of a tight timetable here. So anyway, so I got the outboard up, I got the dinghy up on deck overturned. I got the bracket up, I just have to disassemble that and stow some things below, and then pick up. So it's a little after 8 in the morning now, so I'm hoping to get underway in about half an hour, at least be anchor up before 9 a.m. So anyway, I'm just taking a coffee break here, and I'm going to get back to it momentarily. Sure, it's beautiful sailing out here. We're just coming up on the red-green buoy that marks the end of Cape Lookout Shoals. Apparently it's a good fishing spot. I've seen a lot of these little fishing boats come roaring back. Alright, there she blows. That's the number 4 red bell, which marks the southern end of Cape Lookout Shoals. So, as you can see, we're on a deep, broad reach now. Can't quite steer the course. We're steering east, basically due east. Might be able to head off a little, but the wind is really southwest, so our course is dead downwind. So I'll keep her on starboard for a while. Anyway, we got the shoals abeam, so we're clear of the shoals. So let's go mark the log here. So what time is it here? Alright, it's 1:20. So it's 24th of April. I always get nervous with these guys coming straight at me because it's not like I can get out of his way. The guy's doing like 25 knots. Okay, I see people on deck. That's promising. Well, good morning. We rounded Diamond Shoals at 04:45 this morning. And as usual, it was quite a night. We came around Diamond Shoals in a pretty solid 20 knots of wind. I had 2 reefs in the main reef staysail, and she was with some current. We were at times doing close to, we were doing over 8 knots. 7 to 8 knots. So we came around that corner on 2 wheels. Of course, with all this navigation going on, it meant that I didn't get much sleep last night. So I got a little bit of shut-eye this morning. Now I'm trying to wake up with some caffeine. The winds have died down, so I just shook the reef out of the staysail and took the second reef out of the main. And if it gets any lighter, I'm probably going to set the Yankee. The other bit of bad news is we seem to be fighting a tidal current now. So that favorable current seems to turn against us. Not nearly as strong, but it seemed to be fighting about half a knot or a knot of current. Could be just some eddies from the Gulf Stream. Come on, wind, pick up. It's Monday evening, about 7 p.m. on April 25th. We're still just getting plagued with light winds here. I keep hoping it's going to pick up. It's forecast to pick up pretty soon. National Weather Service GFS model has upped the wind strengths behind that front tomorrow. So it's looking like 20 to 30 knots behind it. European model's still about what it was. Basically 15 to 20 behind it. In either case, I would really like to get some wind. We got 75 miles to the mouth of the bay. And I wish these winds would pick up so we could close that distance, because I don't really look forward to slogging into 20 or 25 or 30 knots of wind. It is Tuesday, the 26th of April, 2022, and we've got just under 40 miles left to run to the mouth of the bay. We have very pleasant sailing, but been dogged with these light winds. Now, since yesterday afternoon, they fell light. But not too bad now. We got about kind of 6 to 8 knots of wind. But we haven't been able to make more than about 3 or 4 knots all night. So this is slowing our progress down, which I wouldn't care too much, except we got this front coming through this evening. And it would be nice to get into an anchorage before that happens. But it's looking now that's not going to happen, not unless these winds pick up and really get us on our way here. At least it's fairly calm out here, so I was able to catch up on some sleep last night. I'll tell you, lack of sleep is a real killer. But I dozed off a couple times for a good hour there and then dropped off to a pretty deep sleep. So I got some recharge on my batteries there. So I feel a bit better today. Comes. Now I'm going on, I took a long jibe to the north, so our course to the Bay Bridge Tunnel is kind of west-northwest. European model saying these winds are going to, initially they're going to come in northerly, so that should give me an angle. And it's saying it's going to happen pretty soon, basically between 5 and 6 p.m. And right now it is 5:30 p.m. Well, here we go. This wind is shifting. I gotta get that staysail down just in case we get a blast here. Well, I no sooner set the heavy weather jib and it feels like it's time to take it in again. Nobody gets bored out here. Time to take a third reef in the main. Time to connect.
To 20 knots, increasing to 22-25 knots.